Imagine being able to walk into your local pharmacy and walk out with birth control pills. That is now a reality for women in California of all ages.
And Misty, great to have you back.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here. And also, we've got a special guest today who I'm crowning our Woman Crush Wednesday. That's Miss Audrina Patridge is here.
Woo!
Hey, girl.
Right behind me here, you can see part of a 1930s former Nazi sympathizer compound here in the Pacific Palisades that is set to be torn down due to safety concerns.
It's been 22 years since Mark Paul Gosselaar graced the halls of Bayside High, and tonight his new show, Truth Be Told, premieres on NBC. So how does MPG feel about making the switch from the it teenager to dad?
Misty Kingma here at CinemaCon 2016 for Clever. Now, doing interviews is part of making a movie, as these stars know, but what do they think makes a good movie interview? Let's find out. Hey TYT Nation, Misty Kingma reporting here. I'm in West Hollywood at the Slut Walk, which is a public protest to end sexual violence. Now, it's in response to the Toronto police officer that said that women should stop dressing like sluts in order to not be victimized. Sometimes it's best to leave the jokes to the comedians. A young film critic learned that the hard way when Amy Schumer called him out for making a sexist joke about meeting her.
How do you take your relationship to the next level when you're a global supermodel and a huge pop star? You do your first official photo shoot together for Vogue. That's exactly what Gigi Hadid and Zayn Malik did.
We're here on the red carpet in celebration of the release of Mockingjay Part 2 on Blu-ray. We're curious if we can stump the Hunger Games' biggest fans. Don't miss it. Imagine being able to walk into your local pharmacy and walk out with birth control pills. That is now a reality for women in California of all ages. Officials announced Friday that women can now receive birth control pills without a prescription by filling out a screening questionnaire and consulting with a pharmacist for the most appropriate method of birth control. This is part of an effort to make birth control more easy to access in hopes of decreasing unintended pregnancies, which make up about half of all pregnancies nationwide.
I need that. That's really easy and it's a good idea.
Well, my initial reaction is I'm pretty sure that's a good thing. I think that women should be totally in control of their bodies and basically their reproductive rights.
California becomes the third state in the U.S. to pass this law, following Oregon and Washington. Similar laws have been proposed in Alaska, Hawaii, and New Mexico.
I don't know. I was on birth control under 18, so I think if you're sexually active, you should have a right to safe sex.
But what exactly does the law cover? Women can receive self-administered hormonal birth control methods such as pills, patches, injections, and rings. Any doctor-administered options such as IUDs are not available at the pharmacy. Critics of the new law claim it's irresponsible and doesn't come with enough safeguards.
I think people should probably be a little bit more educated on it before, just picking up pills from the pharmacy. And there's always the issue about blood clots. You don't know if that runs in your family.
The only catch? Pharmacies are not required to offer this service as of now. Misty Kingma reporting here in Los Angeles. Right behind me here, you can see part of a 1930s former Nazi sympathizer compound here in the Pacific Palisades that is set to be torn down due to safety concerns. The 55-acre historic site is located at Murphy Ranch at Rustic Canyon near Los Angeles. Curious hikers and taggers have flocked to the graffiti-covered attraction for decades following a fire in 1978 at the converted artists' colony that left it abandoned. Demolition on the deemed unsafe structures include a garage, a barn, and water tank is set to be completed by February 23rd. The remaining ruins not torn down will be tightly boarded up to ward off trespassers. City Council member Mike Bonin said in a statement, quote, "The structures at the site were a hazardous nuisance that generated a lot of concerned calls into my office, LAPD, and the park manager from people in the Palisades." The 30-foot deep water tank, for example, was the cause of many rescue missions when graffiti artists would get trapped at the bottom. Access to the site requires climbing down over 500 narrow steps on the side of a hill off the main road.
No, I don't think the buildings are unsafe being here. I just definitely wouldn't come here alone.
The demolition announcement comes after the city attempted to ward off explorers with locked gates to no avail.
So we parked in a residential area and the hike is fairly easy. It's all paved. When you get to the stairs, there's about 1,000 of them and they're super narrow and definitely take concentration walking down.
The compound was masterminded by a German spy named Herr Schmidt and was to be a self-sustaining safe haven for Nazis to hide out during the war. However, the ranch was never completed, being seized the day after Pearl Harbor in 1941. Misty Kingma reporting here in the Pacific Palisades. Back to you.